What if I told you that before you were born, you personally handpicked your parents? That every heartbreak, every triumph, every person who shattered or saved you was part of a cosmic contract you signed in the spiritual realm. This isn't some fantasy. Ancient wisdom traditions, near-death researchers, and quantum consciousness studies all point to the same shocking truth. Your soul orchestrated this entire life experience before you took your first breath. And if you stick with me for the next few minutes, you'll discover why understanding this changes everything about how you view your struggles, your relationships, and your purpose on this planet. Hit that like button if you're ready to dive deep, because what I'm about to share will flip your reality upside down. Here's what actually happens when you die. You don't just vanish into nothingness. Instead, your consciousness enters what researchers call the between-life state. Think of it as a cosmic planning room where time doesn't exist and your soul's true nature emerges. In this space, you're not alone. Spiritual guides, beings of pure wisdom and love, help you review everything that just happened. Every choice, every relationship, every moment of pain or joy gets examined. But here's the twist: it's not judgment. It's pure understanding. You feel the ripple effects of every action you took, that harsh word you spoke. You experience how it felt from the other person's perspective. That act of kindness, you feel the healing it created. This review process reveals exactly what your soul still needs to learn, and that's when the planning begins. Your soul, working with these guides, starts designing your next life experience. Every detail gets carefully considered. The country you'll be born in, the family dynamics you'll face, the challenges that will force you to grow. But here's where it gets mind-blowing. You don't choose the easy path. Advanced souls actually select the most challenging experiences because they know struggle accelerates evolution. That abusive parent, that devastating loss, that disability you were born with. Your soul may have specifically chosen these experiences. Comment below if this is starting to make sense of your own life patterns, because we're just getting started. Your soul doesn't randomly pick parents from some cosmic lottery. The selection process is incredibly precise. Your future parents' energy signatures, their emotional patterns, their own karmic debts, everything gets analyzed. Sometimes you choose loving, supportive parents to learn about trust and self-worth. Other times you pick dysfunctional families to develop resilience, forgiveness, or to break generational trauma cycles. Often, you've had relationships with these souls across multiple lifetimes. That difficult mother who never showed affection. She might be a soul who owes you a karmic debt from a past life where you were the cold, distant one. Your overprotective father. Perhaps in another existence, he failed to protect you, and now he's overcompensating. These aren't accidents. They're soul contracts, sacred agreements made with pure love, even when they manifest as pain in the physical world. Your family was your first spiritual classroom, designed specifically to teach you what your soul needed most. And it's not just family. Your soulmates, your enemies, your greatest teachers, you've been planning these encounters for lifetimes. That person who broke your heart so badly you thought you'd never recover. That was probably a prearranged lesson in self-love and resilience. Real soulmate connections aren't just romantic fairy tales. They're intense spiritual contracts that often shake your entire world apart. True soul recognition feels like coming home and jumping off a cliff simultaneously. It's that inexplicable familiarity mixed with earth-shattering transformation. But here's what most people miss. Not every intense connection is meant to last forever. Some soulmates come to teach specific lessons, then move on. The key is recognizing what each relationship is trying to show you about yourself. Subscribe if you want more truth bombs like this, because I'm about to reveal something that will change how you see every challenge in your life. Your biggest fears often contain clues about your life mission. Afraid of public speaking. Your soul might have come here to share important messages. terrified of abandonment. Maybe you're here to learn about self-love and independence. Fear of failure. Perhaps your mission involves taking bold risks that inspire others. The universe isn't random. That recurring pattern in your relationships, that persistent dream that won't leave you alone, that cause that makes you feel inexplicably passionate. These are breadcrumbs left by your soul before birth. Even your location and timing weren't accidents. You chose to be born in this country, in this era, because your soul knew these exact conditions would provide the perfect growth opportunities. Living through a pandemic, economic uncertainty, social upheaval, your soul signed up for this turbulent time because it wanted to develop specific qualities like adaptability, compassion, and inner strength. Your spiritual guides haven't abandoned you either. They're constantly sending signs through synchronicities, intuitive hunches, and those gut feelings you probably ignore. That song that plays at the perfect moment, that book that falls off the shelf, that stranger who appears with exactly the message you needed, all orchestrated by your spiritual support team. But here's the most empowering part. You still have complete free will. Your soul created a general blueprint, but you're the architect of the actual experience. Every conscious choice you make either aligns you closer to your purpose or teaches you something valuable about course correction. That toxic relationship you stayed in too long, that career that drained your soul, those weren't mistakes, they were research for your growth. Your soul is incredibly patient and will use every experience, even the painful ones, as stepping stones toward evolution. The question isn't whether you're on the right path. You're always on the perfect path for your soul's learning. The question is, are you conscious enough to recognize the lessons and brave enough to act on them? If you've made it this far, you're already awakening to your soul's deeper wisdom. Trust that inner voice that's been whispering your whole life. Honor the challenges that shaped you. Embrace the connections that transform you. Your soul chose this magnificent, messy, beautiful human experience because it knew you were strong enough to handle it. Every struggle was carefully calibrated to reveal your inner light. Every relationship was designed to mirror back your own capacity for love. You're not lost. You're not behind. You're exactly where your soul planned to be, learning exactly what you came here to learn. And the more conscious you become of this truth, the more magical your remaining journey becomes. Drop a comment sharing which part of this resonated most deeply with you. Your story matters, and I'd love to hear how this perspective shifts your understanding of your own life path.